Welcome to Totally Integrated Instrumentation. We're going to take a look at PDM Maintenance Station version 3 and how you set up your first project. During the initial setup of the device, it's important that you set the PC name and a login password. That is going to be required later on for PDM Server. And try and follow the PCS 7 convention, so no special characters in the PC name. So the first thing we have to do is to give the user of this PC access to SIMATIC logon. So if we go to computer management, and you'll see under here users, and there is our user, so DPS. So if you double click that and member of, I've already added it, you need to make sure that logon administrator is added to this, and this is pretty standard for a Siemens build PC. Also make sure that we have access to administrators and Siemens TIA engineering. Once we've done that, we're ready to start our new project. Don't forget to assign a IP address to your Ethernet ports. So again, if we go to the control panel and go to your network connections, on this I have a terminal bus. So this is my network connection to the outside world, and then I have my plant bus. So this has to be assigned a fixed IP address on my ProFi network. So I have two separate devices here. My PG PC interface, so if I go to that, needs to be set to PC internal, because that's how it talks to the virtual PLC. So with regards to the virtual PLC, you can see there Win LX RTX. Let's just open that up, and under your properties you need to make sure that this is set for auto start and start the controller at PC boot. Our language is English, so we're ready to go. So we've got that running in the background, and you can see down here that it's running. It has already got some code on it because I've programmed it up once, but we're going to start a project from scratch. So open up SIMATIC Manager once you've installed all the licenses on here that come with PDM Maintenance Station version 3. So there's a few ways to do a project. I'm looking at a single station with no redundancy, so the best thing to do is open sample project, and you'll see here there's many sample projects. We're just going to stick with this one, PDM Maintenance Station, and just be careful, don't work on this now. This is like your master copy, so the first thing you need to do is File, Save As, and we'll call this version 2. So the best thing to do is have 3 windows open. I have of course this window here, my component view, then I want my object view, and then my network view for PDM, and I'll arrange those. And the first thing we need to do is, if we have a look at our component view, you'll see here the PC name is PDM-MS. Well, that's from the demo project, and you can see down here my station editor, and you can see my station name. That will also have the demo project PC name in here. So this PC name is called Engineering 001 or Eng001, so I have to set that there, but I also have to set it within my project. And once I've done that, I need to make sure that I'm in English. So if you go to Options and Manage Multilingual Tasks, Text, and then you can change your language there. This will be obviously defaulted to German, so change it to English United States and tick these 2 options here. Because the project was already created in German, you can't really change these texts, but don't worry, That doesn't come up in the project. You can change it yourself if you want to. It's just purely text. So the first thing we need to do is just to download our hardware config into our virtual PLC. So if we click on the hardware config icon, and it's already set up for you, you don't need to do anything under here. So we have our WinCC application that's connected to our virtual PLC, and then there's my PDM application. So if we just download this, it's using the PC PG interface settings, which are PC internal. You can see there my PLC is in stop, so we're just going to put that in run. And then when we go back to our station manager, you can see there the WinCC application is running and the RTX application is running. And PDM isn't running yet because I haven't built the project up and got that running. So I've downloaded my hardware. So the next thing I need to do is to start building my project. And you do that via the PDM view, which is called Device Network View. Again, the language is taken over there, German, so this is network. Again, this doesn't appear on your project, it's purely text. So a couple of things to look out for here. Again, this is just text, but to give it some continuity, we'll give it the same name. Okay, and we're not using an Ethernet interface, so we'll actually delete that and we'll insert a new network. We are connected to the ProFi Network communication network on an S7-1500 PLC, so we'll insert ProFi Net there. Now once you've done that, because your PC PG interface is set to PC internal, you need to make sure that this has an external connection. So this is the nice feature. If you click on the PC, you can see your Ethernet interface. Go to Object Properties, and then under here select the port that you're using for your connection to your ProFi Net network. So there's 3 Ethernet ports on here. This won't be the terminal bus, it will be one of the 2 plant bus connections. So once I've got that, easy way to test the comms is right click the ProFi network and start life list. I'm going to add the 2 compact field units for this video, and then on a later video I'll show you how to add the ET200SP and the new Coriolis card, the FCT070. So we'll focus on these 2 devices here. 34. So when you've got when you have the ProFi Net network connected, right click here on the right hand side, insert new object. Type in your IP address and then click on assign type and then device identification. So I'll put both compact field units in, and then if I right click the network, PDM update diagnostics. So I have communication. What I'll need to do, one of these compact field units, I think it's this second one, has got some devices on, so again I can use life list if I wanted to from here to see what's on, but I know what addresses we've got. So this is the Profibus PA address. Once I've inserted the devices, I know my comms is good, the best thing to do before you get too far down the line is to read all the parameters. So if you right click the ProFi Net network, PDM, and then you can load to the PC, and then select the subnetworks. So doing this ensures that we have the correct EDD. Now what you can see here, it will be a common problem. It's just worth spending some time getting the tags set on the instrument, because this value 16 bar is what is going to appear on your maintenance station screen. So really you want it to be, looking at the tag of the instrument. So you can do that via life list, or you can just open the device, and you can see here tag. So your short tag will have a limit of 8 characters, but most devices now use the long tag. So we can download that to the device, so it'll be stored on the device, but it will also pull it through on my project, so we have some continuity. So there you can see the tag. So as I said, this will be the tag that pulls through on the project. Once we've got the project built up, we just need to assign this project, PDM project, to my maintenance station screen. So there's a few things we need to do under options. So if we go to SIMATIC PDM, settings, you'll see here maintenance station, click on assign current project. It's giving you a warning here that you need to stop the asset service. I'll show you where that is. Make sure this box is ticked as well, and then we'll click on OK. The asset management service is down here, so a couple of things we need to do. Make sure it automatically starts, okay, but for this we just need to stop it and start it again. And then under options you'll see role management. So SIMATIC logon talks to PDM logon. So this is where now we're logging on with SIMATIC logon. You can see there. So if you haven't got your user set up, then you won't be able to log on. So this here, and then I type in the password. And what we need to do is you'll see a couple of options here. Command interface. If you go to groups, you'll see here I've already assigned it, but go down the bottom and you'll see administrators, so you just drag and drop that into there. But this is the important one, the service user. If you go to groups, you need to drag and drop your login name. So otherwise the correct details won't be passed on to PDM. So you'll manage to get into SIMATIC logon, but SIMATIC logon won't be able to log on to PDM logon. There's a lot of logons there, but that's what you need to do. And don't forget, when you've done that, to click on this save icon. Mine's already set up. So I've got maintenance station selected, I've started and stopped my asset, I've got my role management set up. Now I need to just enable my PDM server. So here, PDM server configuration. And what you have is your website name. Don't worry about that too much. This is what it will be set to by default. We don't want a secure connection. You can if you want to, but then you'll have to start playing around with certificates. So we'll use the standard port 8080 and then click on apply. And again, make sure that auto start website is ticked. The firewall settings, it sets those for you when it installs PDM. So there we have it. Everything is now ready for us to start generating our maintenance station screens. So now we come down to the object view, and this is where your maintenance station screens will be. You don't need to open any of the CFCs because we haven't got a CFC editor as part of this package to keep the cost down. Select any of the folders, go to plant hierarchy under options, and then go to settings. And you can see here your maintenance station settings. So collect derived diagnostics screens from plant hierarchy, and then down here it's a PDM standalone, so we've got no diagnostics for the PLC. Click on OK. PDM maintenance station has now set up the screens. What we need to do now is pull in the devices, and to do that, if you right click the diagnostics under the process object view, plant hierarchy, and then create update diagnostic screens. This alarm message is okay because under my OS I still have the demo project server name set, so it can't find that, rightly so it's asking whether it can use the local computer, so we click yes. So now we need to compile the OS. So we've compiled the maintenance station screens, but we need to also download the CFCs, and they're contained under here. You can see them. If anything changes, you get a little symbol. But we'll go through the process anyway. So to download it, right click, PLC, download, and this will download it to your virtual PLC. Now we can't open the CFC to view them because the CFC license is not installed. So we have a compiled OS, and the virtual PLC is ready to go, so we can open the OS and we get this error message again, but this time we're going to correct that permanently so it doesn't happen anymore. On the computer, if you right click that and go to properties, you'll see here the maintenance station computer list. Click on properties, use local computer name, and then we need to change the language. For the demo project this will be in German, so you need to change these to English United States, and there's an error message, a warning let's say, that tells you that you just need to restart your WinCC project. So I'm going to close that down. Before I restart it, you'll see down here SIMATIC WinCC runtime, so we go to runtime options. You need to assign the project. Basically what this does is when the PC starts with these options ticked, it will automatically run this project. So I don't have to open any other projects to start maintenance station. It will up and run. So the only time I need to open SIMATIC Manager is if I need to make any changes and add an instrument or take an instrument away. So I'll just click on OK on that. And to start the project now, rather than restarting the PC, we can open the object. And with this open, you can just click on the activate icon. To make sure that PDM Maintenance Station is working, go on to the Diagnostics tab, because that's where all the functionality is contained, and you'll see these icons, and you'll see your alarm banner as well, so you can use the loop button to loop to alarms. So if I just go back to the diagnostic screen, if you see any of these with a white crossing, that means that you haven't downloaded the CFC into the PLC, so you haven't got that side of communications. So if you've got any errors, you should see these. If you've got no errors, this will all be grey and there'll be nothing in the alarm banner. So we can have a look at these, and here I can see my symbol. So this is the first thing. Now when you first power up, you've just got to give it a bit of time to do its first read. So under here, let's click on this icon. All this information is pulled from PDM offline, so that bit's working. This alarm here is controlled by PDM, and then this alarm up here, if it's not working, it'll have like a white cross. Again, that means you haven't downloaded the CFC. So you can have one without the other because you haven't downloaded both parts. This one here is just telling you the alarm is current. So tests, if you go onto diagnostics, we should see all of this update correctly. Maintenance, we've got a wire break on connection FB0, and then just to make sure that the PDM server is working, click on the call. It's going to ask you for your login details, which you've set up with SIMATIC logon, and then the role management for PDM. So it should be the same as your Windows login. So the server is working. Just to make sure that the connection to the device is working, you can do an upload of parameters, but we've already done that during the initial setup, but this is just to make sure it works all the way through. So you can see down here that I've got a connection, and now it's uploaded the parameters. So there you have it. It's the initial setup of PDM Maintenance Station version 3. The manual does take you through it. There's some bits that aren't clear if you're not familiar with PCS 7. So I hope this video has proved useful. As always, thanks for your support. Please share this channel with your friends and colleagues, and thanks for listening.